favor, Sonny. I could really use a tune right now. Coconut, number 6 in the jukebox. I'd do it myself, but both of my legs have gone to sleep. Bad circulation. Yeah.
Are you serious? Coconut again? You disgust me. Call yourself a rocker. Unbelievable. Ha!
You put the lime in the coconut, drink them both up.
Just because we're brothers,
It does
don't
that.
think I
Get
won't
stuck.
murder you
Yeah,
in your
you
sleep.
need to give it a good solid whack. Yes, that's my favorite tune. Coconut.
Shut your mouth, you demented hag.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Shut
Yes.
it for you. This is it. I've died and gone to hell.
I wonder if they got the license for that. Collectible thermoses. Don't mind me, I'm just stealing your stuff.
Don't go in there, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark.
I think I can handle it, ma'am. I didn't want to wait. I wanted to find Stucky, to get the key and get out as soon as possible. The waitress was giving me a headache. Overeager fans always did. Hello? Mr. Stucky?
Carl couldn't make it. Unfortunately, he was taken ill. But I have the key for you and instructions on how to get to the lake.
Okay.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in. And to meet your wife. I insist.
Thanks.
Creepy. Very creepy.
Cauldron Lake is a special place. Very inspiring.
You got lucky this time, young man. You can hurt yourself in the dark. This really ought to be fixed. And then I must remind Sarah to change the lights at the station. It's been too long already.
Even that sounds better than your singing.
Are you alright?
Splendid, splendid. Damn hernia. It swells up like a balloon if I lift anything heavier than a spoon. Yeah, splendid, splendid. It's been a long...
The Andersons. They're, local musicians. We're waiting for Dr. Hartman to come pick them up. They wandered off from his clinic at the Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Bye, Mr. Wake.
Mission accomplished. The key and the directions.
My hero. I got some flashlights, just in case.
Ooh. Could come in
Hey,
handy.
wait! Mrs. Wake! Your keys!
That diner was a real nut house.
Can you believe this place? This would make a wonderful setting for a book.
We're supposed to be on vacation, Alice. I'll figure it out when we get back home. Okay?
Okay. We
Sounds
can
like
talk
I've
about this later.
had the inspiration block for a while.
I didn't want to talk about it. I wanted to bury my head in sand.
Here's another one of my favorites to go with it.
Once upon a time, I was a successful writer, but that was a long time ago. I hadn't been able to write a word in 2 years. Not since my last book.
And now the weather. It's gonna be
I'm sure you'll be alright.
so you folks
George R. R. Martin is,
look up every once in a
hasn't written a book in a while, and he's still popular.
It gets pretty dark out here, but
I don't trust that bridge.
Wow. It's gorgeous, Alan.
It's something, all right. Don't worry, honey. I'll get you inside safe and sound before it gets dark. And I've got the flashlight.
I know. I'm okay.
Alice had a phobia. The fear of darkness. I wanted to make sure we were inside with the lights on before sunset.
I don't think this bridge is up to standards. Just a murder of crows. Nothing too suspicious. It is pretty though.
Here we go. Let's take a look inside. Come on.
It's dark in there. We need lights.
Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
Sure thing. I'm on it. Hello? Anyone here?
Thermos. Alright, maybe there's a basement. Nope.
The Deer Fest guests have already started to arrive. Just ran into one on the ferry. Famous artist, no less. We'll see if we can roll him into an interview later. Now let's go to the phones. Caller, here on KBFFM.
Hi, Pat. It's Rose.
Why, hello, Rose. What's on your mind?
I know who that famous artist was.
Aww.
It was Alan Wake, wasn't it? My favorite writer.
Well, Rose,
I just saw him at the diner. Oh, I am so excited he's here.
I'm sure he's glad to be here, too. Well, folks, I guess the secret's out. This is Pat Maine on KBFFM. And now, some music.
Great. So much for keeping a low profile.
The power cable goes to that shed over there.
An old generator had been connected to the power cable.
The lights are on. Good work, honey. I'll freshen up a bit and start settling in.
Okay. I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing.
The island had once been the site for a love story.
Maybe it would be again.
It was a beautiful place.
Gonna bone.
I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my work. I thought we could be happy here. And again.
Can I ride the rocking horse?
Alice? Honey?
Alan, I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
Should I be recording this? Is this some NSFW stuff? I mean, those are Her pants. Ooh.
Well, hello there.
I'm not the surprise. It's in the study. Go take a look.
Okay.
I mean, you are pretty nice. But yeah, there's a study. This is the room next door. July 1970. Yeah. Birthday was on a Sunday that year. If that's accurate. Alice, why are you hanging your pants over the banister like that? It's just weird.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you
Damn,
past...
Alice, you... Everyone
Hey,
keeps...
hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists.
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Just don't! I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice!
Is that why you took your pants off, Alice? To hopefully lessen the blow?
I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone to think things through.
And trip and fall into the water and die. Because this place has not been kept up in years. I'm surprised those stairs still worked.
Damn it. Alice? Alice? Alice! The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out. Alice, I'm coming! It's all right, I'm coming! No! What the hell?
Alan! Help me!
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
There we go. Yeah! It's love right there. No idea how deep that water was. Could not have been that deep.
Alice?
You just fucking dove head first
Waking
into
up
it.
in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot. Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
You and me both. Guy looks like a dick. What's over here? I don't think I'm supposed to go that way.
Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either.
What is keeping that pole up?
The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
I mean... not really? Depending on where the bridge is. I'd be more worried about crossing.
Damn.
I was supposed to say how'd that car get there, but I'm guessing I hit the pole, careened, crash, got out, now I'm here. So The faster way would have been trying to climb up that hill and then follow the road. But, you know, I'm not the fucking famous writer or anything like that. Godlight.
Hello?
God. Jesus. Yahweh. Lucifer?
Hello? Someone there? The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
Well, shit. I'm a character. That's an axe murderer.
Departure by Alan Wake. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim.
Glistened.
He
That's
grinned
a good word
madly.
right there.
The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Like it. Why does that one have a thing next to it? These pages are hot fire.
Departure by Alan Wake.
That's only episode 1. Now that's a collectible I want to have. Screw all the thermoses. Let's get lost in the woods, kids.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
I've shot my pants. Oh wait, no. Car accident. It was a car accident.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Bah, bah, bah.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Use that line already, Alan.
Hey! Hey, you!
Phil!
There's been an accident. I need help. Listen,
Deposit.
I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in
Oh, hell.
Carl Stuckey. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square.
Poor guy. Didn't stand a chance.
I had to figure a way out.
Guy
of
really
this.
takes his
Any second now,
cabin
Stuckey
business
would be
seriously.
knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Convenient. Brought to you by Energizer. Alright, I got 12 shots. Pick up the batteries. Alright, good. Can I pick up the flannel? I gotta blend in. It looks comfy as fuck.
During your trying, it's the latest thing in
Yes.
testimony.
Right Falls Sheriff Station. How may I...
Hello?
Well, shit.
You can see the sight
This bad. There were more of them.
This fucker got a gun or something?
My head pounded with a concussion. I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
Yellow lights.
Eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Interesting. Well, at least this one makes sense why there's, you know, the light, because it's all in my fucking head. Versus, like, all the yellow paint on games that a lot of people,
The Dark Forest
some
was the
others are
last
getting mad
place I
at.
wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Whoops. Well, he's dead. Ooh, manuscript page. Ugh.
Rose knew she had been gushing, but right now she didn't care. As far as she was concerned, her brief meeting with Alan Wake was literally the high point of her life. She watched as he got in the car with his wife. She was pretty, confident, at ease with Wake. Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend.
Sorry. I'm responding to a text. Good, that hurt me. I was hoping it did. Though it should probably did more than just a little hurt. What the fuck was that? Was that a naked old lady?
What the hell was that?
It was probably Alice, like, falling through water, and then it was just the old lady from the fucking diner.
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
to
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Lithium batteries. Something over there. It's loot. I must have it. No. Okay, good.
Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Something was wrong. Something was very wrong. But I'm glad he puts his editor in the book, you know? Like, full name and everything. Bet his editor will love that. Ooh, excuse me. It's a kind of a thermos. Can I have it? Ooh. Possible loot. The Taken are filled with darkness. Yeah, buddy. 2 full packs of bats? Hell yeah. What's with that breathing though? Sounds spoopy.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
I could climb on those logs over there. Yeah. Go pick up those bullets. Random revolver bullets at a logging site. It's for the bears, probably. Definitely for the bears.
There was no power. There was bound to be a generator somewhere at the logging site. With all this forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use to reach the top.
Danger, hard hat area.
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
Spoopy. Yes. I will pick up a shotgun. And if any game says like, hey, here's a shotgun, do you want it? Always pick it up. Because shotguns are cool. Over here? Nope. Alright, before I push that button, I'm grabbing this thermos. Yeah. You know that logger now no longer has coffee, and he's probably going to be very upset, because I know loggers and anybody in like construction or anything, they really like their coffee. Right. Yeah, it looks good enough. Here, just a random set of, ladder. That doesn't make sense. It's like put into the fucking logs, but it would. It's weird. And a random shipping pallet. Made it. Fuck yeah. Checkpoint, baby.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. Staying up late, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, it's Maurice Horton.
Hello, Maurice. What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walk.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Sure, but Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something rustling in the undergrowth and took off after it, and I couldn't find it.
Probably a rabbit.
Sure. Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that, if anyone runs into Toby, they could grab him. My number's on his collar.
And Toby's a friendly dog?
Toby loves me. Usually he comes back, but we were pretty far from home, and it sounds like he went pretty wild there. Great dog, but enough for those.
Maurice, it's out
If I have to do something to Toby, I'm going to be very upset.
You have a good night now.
Hope I can save Toby.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
Is that a thermos? I think that's a thermos.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Where am I keeping all these thermoses?
Belly Burster is the best with no coat. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Third best is famous. Huh. Weird. How he looks at progress. What's over here? Something I don't want. Safe haven. That it is. That it is. Yeah, look. Just pick that up really quick. Yeah. Alright. It's hard to outrun them.
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
Ooh, foreshadowing. I do just like how it automatically equips it. I feel you there, Carl. Nice hefty meal is always good to have. Just in case I didn't pick up the shotgun before.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock Institute.
Moorcock.
I'm going to do a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
You did say loaded 9mm.
Stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, two new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did. With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
So wait. What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane? Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin. Felled by
That
his
class
own
is going to
hubris
need
or the
therapy.
ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. In Night Springs.
I'd watch that.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help, but I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice. Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come, assuming I'd reached the lights of the gas station alive.
Think there's enough revolver ammo? Fuck. I was hoping these blew up. They're red barrels. I was hoping. Ooh, thermos.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
It looks like it could use some work. Yeah, I could have, like, you know, climbed up the hill from where I was crashed. It was like it was a small little drop. Climbed up there. And probably
After the
gone all the
insanity I
way
had
and got
just
over here.
experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
Let me pick up this manuscript under the deer's ass.
Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
Ooh.
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
That's a long time with the dead wife. Man, when was this game made? These prices look a little bit less than what we are now, but... Do they take card?
I had to get inside the gas station to find a phone to
Let's
call
pay it
for
up.
help.
These are old ass pumps. I don't see no fucking card reader. It's only the 68th annual Deer Fest. I'll come back next year. Occupado.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
Looks kind of, you ever been to a mechanic's garage? Especially like a small town one? Kinda looks like this.
All right. I'll keep writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel a presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy.
Nordic
Was I losing
walking.
my mind?
Hey, Savvy, how you doing? As you can see, I'm playing Alan Wake, a spooky game where I am a writer that is going insane. I've been shooting townspeople. They're taken by darkness. Let me in. Ooh, those yuppies? Oh man, I could go for some yuppies. Bright Falls Hunting Club. Join now. Fireworks galore. Search guaranteed. Super Savers. Aw. Hopefully it wasn't caused by you. Games activities, raffle tickets, fishing competition, a pie contest, and other surprise things that we couldn't think of when we put this flyer out. And live music. For the children, there's a Bucktooth Charlie, whatever the fuck that is, and Montgomery the Mystics Amazing Phantasmagoria, which is a very interesting game if you ever do get a chance to watch it. Don't miss Legendary Deerfest Parade. Almost finished drinking a gallon of water. Woo! Good stuff. But I do hope you've been, like, you know, keeping your electrolytes up, because if you just drink straight water, you can get a thing called hydro poisoning. see what we got in here. Some is this beer? Oh yeah, get some beer. Get some sunglasses. Hey, speaking of water. Like Dutch apple? What kind of pie? I mean, it didn't say what kind of pie. It just said, you know, eating with pie things going on. Yeah, me personally, I'm a fan of banana cream pie. If you could really call that a pie, it's more like kind of think it would be more of a custard. But one of those are good. But cherry, I like the tartness. Or pecan. Pecan's good too. Or pecan, whichever crazy person you are, I guess. I'm not sure how you say it. Oh yeah, I should probably check that telephone. Let's see, where are we at? Where's the Watery National Park? We're right here. Stucky's gas station, right there. Cauldron Lake. Where's the river that was leading into that? Because, like, I crashed around over here. There should be a river right over here, like, between me and the gas station. Unless I was over here. Yeah, I must have crashed over here, and I had to go all the way through here. So, passed by the coal miner. Cool. Nope. Peach cobbler's pretty good. Hydration redeemed.
Oh, thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker. You are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen. I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake. Not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
Some good thinking right there. It's like, oh yeah, I was in the lumber yard and he attacked me with an axe and I shot him.
Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice. Now,
how did Alice find out about this place?
Alice? I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car.
Granted, this is probably all in my head too.
I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at. But the cabin had disappeared.
Episode 2. Taken. 3 years ago. New York City. That fuse box needs to be covered. It's huge.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Oh, I guess it pretty was a bad crash. Ooh, yeah, that storm looks pretty bad here. I'm in New York City. I'm a writer. I must be doing really good for myself. Like, depending on where I'm at in New York City, like city-wise, this is a fucking nice-ass apartment. Look at this fucking side room with dinner, dining room with like a fucking lounge area. Well, it's a TV, so I'm guessing this is gonna be the living room, which I don't know. That's kind of bad couch and chair placement for what I'm guessing the TV is going to go right over here. Alright? So everyone's going to have to, like, sit and, like, look to the left or right to watch TV. It'll be cool if you're, like, you're laying down, but, like, it's, you know, it's not really comfortable. He's got a fucking patio, a big patio, too. Shit. Man, I gotta be a good writer. Look at that artwork. This is a nice-ass kitchen. It's nicer than my kitchen. This double fridge freezer thing. Kind of just looks like two fridges put right next to each other. It is two fridges put right next to each other. That is dumb. Let's put on some coffee.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Look at all these books. Did I write any of these? Snowy Hills. Believe Change. The Human Island. Newton Principle. Oh. He's got like... Alright, so 1, 2... It looks like there's 1, 2... He's got a lot of copies of the same book. Alan, you're not fooling anybody. Like, you just multiple copies. At least, they could have done just like, you know, one bookcase, I guess, and not have to like... I guess they weren't expecting someone to come up and look closely to the books. And the fact that he has like 7 copies of Snowy Hills. Ooh, my one jacket. Honey, why is this door locked in my house? Here's my room for writing stuff. The Fall of Casey, The Things That I Want, Alex Casey, What I Can't Forget, Return to Sender. Okay, I'll just look closer, I guess. But I do like his work because, you know, it looks the same all the way through. It looks really good on the shelf. Good stuff. More copies of Snowy Hills. He's a award winner. Why does he have golden guns?
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Ooh. Saucy. This is the actual Alan Wake. Where's your goatee, Alan? Honey, why is your shirt tucked in? You're home. Why are you both wearing shoes inside? This is your guys' own apartment. She's weird. Also, that door, I'm guessing it's a closet.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan! Please check the fuse box!
I'm standing right next
here.
to it.
I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop.
MetaQuest? I don't know. I haven't looked into it very much.
Chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head.
VR? In regards to VR, the one I'm really kind of interested in is Steam's VR or HTC Vive, just because it hooks up to your computer, so it can be a lot more powerful.
Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me.
Ooh, cute.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it.
That was a big old
I can see them now.
word salad.
My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Like, Yeah, that middle part was just a big old word salad.
Here, baby.
I'm fine, I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
She's like this terrified of the dark, you'd think
You
she'd
okay?
have one in her pocket
I'm
at all
sorry.
times.
It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and the magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Is it really a lie? Why are you still wearing shoes? You're in your own home and you're on the couch. I guess it's easier to draw shoes than it is feet.
How do you feel?
Could have
Mr.
just been
Wake?
socks,
Any
but no, it was
nausea,
shoes.
Disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
What the fuck's on the back of your head?
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head. I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
The mouth doesn't look like a bass, but I don't know. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've been fishing. But that's a big old fish. That's gonna be a cook. That's some good eating right there. Get that over a nice fire.
I believe you'll find the sheriff in her office. Just go down the corridor.
Corridor. My me just being nosy. Alright, actually, I'm going to pause it right here for a second. We're going to take a quick break, get some water, because I'm pretty sure Savvy over here is going to redeem a hydrate in like 5 minutes. So, yeah, be right back. back to it.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine. I don't have the luxury.
Knack for winning contests.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now. Very
Please call 555-9932. Thank you.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor. That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't? The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
She can wait. I'm exploring and looting.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake look. It's here.
Ooh, head-on collision.
Right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsals today. Over.
No, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really trashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. James out.
Loot. Oh, they got the same type of fridge that I have two of back in my New York apartment.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
A thin woman in a black dress. Could it be that same woman I saw at the diner?
Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you down the corridor in her office.
Thank you.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Hey, Sheriff?
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand. Can I ask you what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
It's personal.
Well, we are looking for your wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
I need a moment, after I get some fresh air.
Okay. You can find me here. We'll talk when you feel up to it.
No, don't got my guns. Damn it.
Mr. Wade, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the lights on? The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me. I need it to be bright in here. Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. I only got drunk afterward. Okay, listen, you gotta listen carefully now. Here's the kicker. That wasn't Danny. No, sir. That only looked like him.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
I know who it really was. I'll tell you.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, "Go through the fence on the left."
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for sure. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting that the big day is almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting competition. No point getting all worked up yet.
Pretty sure the sheriff didn't hear that.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall in the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
It's a good line. It's a good line.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite, it
If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Well, that's gonna smell like burnt rubber and electronics.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
A Cyclops, or it's a mammoth. I remember reading something way back when that people thought Cyclops was real because of mammoths. Estimated to be 14,000 years old. It was recovered from La Brere's tar pits in 1981. It was donated to the Elderwood National Park in '98, and when the Columbian mammoth became Washington's state fossil. Named Bucktooth Charlie. It's become the park's official mascot. Oh yeah, just got home. Time to kick off them shoes. Better not be wearing your shoes on the couch. That'd just be weird. Like Alice over here, and Alan. Wearing shoes inside during a power outage.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself.
I don't want to.
What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, You're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Poor guy.
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Poor Max.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
That's why it's called Lover's Peak.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right, thanks.
Yeah, you really sound like a
You're
dick.
asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and That's just crazy talk, Al. Al,
What was the for?
we should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
All this dust on the air. My allergies.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Thought you were my best friend, Al. Oh, this is a really nice cabin. Look at that bath. Got it.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Walk through the door now.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice. but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people had put in bad
You have a gun?
sense for.
I don't have a gun.
It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
I can't blame Barry. Now, where's my gun? Now I have a gun? Well, without the ammunition.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
That or they're just brick shit dumb. I'm always a fan of them being brick shit dumb.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
That did kind of spook me a little bit.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
father,
it's
bad
my
father.
kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. You have to. I'm just nothing. No, just like to take the time.
Gotta go around. Moonshine Cave. Nice. Sav, do you want to join me at Moonshine Cave? Sounds like fun. Get drunk as fuck. Or blind. One or the other. Sweet! Another episode of Night. Oh, fuck yeah.
Punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish. Especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode. The Man in the Mirror.
Go pull up a chair and watch some of this.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
And it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why
Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Sorry, honey, I know you're kidnapped, but I can't miss an episode of Night Springs. Yeah.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten, drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Do not feed the wildlife. Feed the wildlife. $100 penalty. Good to know.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
No. She doesn't know, she wants bigger things in life, and Rusty just ain't it. Sorry, Rusty. She'll figure it out eventually, when you're both old and senile and crippled. Just a second, Rusty.
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Hello?
Oh, glad to see Bucktooth Charlie's okay. God damn.
Hey, please help me.
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew.
so dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Rose is gonna be so pissed when you die.
This couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. Shh. Good boy.
Oh. If anything happens to Max, I will shoot somebody. Probably a shadow. Ooh, grizzly bar.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Sure, but what's over here? A thermos. It's the second time I've done that with a door. Like, I know it's locked. Just, like, gotta jiggle the door first before I unlock it. And it's a precariously placed page.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
.42 rounds. Answer to everything.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
Max!
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone. The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
I just need hunting licenses.
Glad to see you're still good, Bucktooth Charlie.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
Fishing
is only permitted
for those visitors who purchase a park
fishing
license. Obey
the Park Ranger's instructions.
at all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
Never. Two bears and wolves never approach any other. Look closer than 25 yards. Pets must be leashed.
All times.
Never leave your pet
unattended.
It's to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park. This includes even
Just another big crate of ammunition. Anything back here? How about over here? Always progress. What else in there? Stock up really quick on ammunition. And head to Lover's Peak. I didn't really see many souvenirs in there, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Ooh, I like this construction.
What the hell was that? I saw it from the window. I saw something.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
And keep the lights on. I am king of the mountain.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
That's sad. Could use a beer for that one. F's in chat for Rusty. My one viewer. It's probably Savvy. So if this is normal, I wonder how easier easy is.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Yeah, I'm going to go into Moonshine Cave. Sorry, honey. My loot sense is tingling. Saw you walking. This cave is a site of frequent and lucrative bootlegger activity throughout the Prohibition era. It was mostly used for temporary storage of alcohol smuggled from Canada. But at times, alcohol is also distilled on the premises. Cool. Hell yeah! Shotgun! It's got 2 shots in it, but, you know, 2 shots is more than 0. Just hang it up. Yep, I'm pushing the wrong button for dodge. Wasn't letting you post? That's weird. Well, I'm glad you're able to post now. It's always a complete stream when you're posting in my chat, Savvy. When you're not there, it just feels different.
Nobody in Bright Falls seemed to know where Al was, but Rose, the waitress at the diner, had seen him. From what Barry could tell, Al pretty much fell off the face of the earth.
I would say. How many, like, redeem points do you have?
She really tried to help. She was smart, too. Knew a lot about what was going on in the town. Knew a lot about Al. Even knew who Barry was. Barry liked her. That was no big surprise. When it came to women, Barry and Al
Holy shit.
saw eye to eye.
I appreciate it. Granted, if I streamed a lot more, that number would be a lot higher, too. Oh, she redeemed a hydrate. Hydration! Ugh. Good water. Yes, ma'am. You can't see me because I don't have my camera on, but I definitely gave you a salute when you said that. Energized? Like the Energizer Bunny, which is sponsoring this flashlight in this game? Ooh, another shotgun. Ooh, ammo. The other tech laughed and said, "You sure it wasn't when you were dehydrated?" I mean, it's always good to have a lot of water in you. You know, water is the lifeblood of humans. Yeah, so the bad guys in this game are the Taken. They're like overtaken by darkness, and you need light or a flashlight to kind of like strip them of that darkness so they become able to be shot. The Great Old One, felled by lightning in 37, especially tall Rocky Mountain Douglas fir. Now we're gonna try it. This is 200 years old, according to local legend. It stretched beyond the stars. After it fell, it measured to be 66 meters tall, a record length. Yeah, this game is basically I cast Magic Missile on the darkness, whereas Magic Missile is my bullets. He shot him in the back of his own head. I think this actually takes place here in Washington. I mean, granted, yeah, that was a big old fir, which is down in the Red Forest, but I think this takes place here. I'm just running it. Yeah. These guys really do love their axes.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
Uh-huh. The Taken are filled with darkness. I'm running low on ammunition. I might have to start using my shotgun. Alright, Lover's Peak's that way. Oh no, I can't get over there. It would be a shame if there wasn't a fence I could climb over. But something might be over here. Like loot or guns. Or a thermos! Yes. The tree was cut from starting grown in 1846, the year the Oregon Treaty was signed. Another notable marked on the ring. A tree fell by storms in 1887. The Washington Territory is formed. Cool.
Agent Nightingale didn't want to be in Bright Falls. These little communities revolted him, and he didn't like the trees or the coffee. He now knew that impossible horrors lurked behind the storefronts and smiles. He desperately wanted to turn the car around and just drive until he passed out or ran out of road and booze. But he had a job to do. He had a rider to catch, at any cost.
Someone's after me. Ooh, a gondola. Hang on to something! Why are they wearing tracksuits?
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming.
Hey, it's the guy I saw on the ferry.
That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
Damn right they do. Flare's like a rocket launcher.
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up.
You're a bad shot there, bruh. Oop. That was greedy.
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence. He was the kidnapper.
Come on, Wake! You better keep up. Right up these stairs, Wake. Use the flares from the emergency box to hold them off while I get these boards off.
Give me the gun.
Yeah, no can do, Wake.
Are you kidding? Give me the gun!
No time for back talk. Hold them off, damn it. A little longer. Scare them off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's open. Move it or lose it.
There's a banister there.
Wait, where'd that one go? Better get ready. They'll be on us soon. This is it, Wake. Last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready. We fight them as long as they keep coming.
Give me the goddamn gun! They're coming!
Get with the program, Wake. That's right. You just keep coming. How's that, huh?
This guy really is a bad shot. They came from behind!
Damn it! Piece of cake, Wake. Monster!
Wow.
Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
I knew you were gonna say that. I read it all before. You're a hell of a writer. Congratulations. You're gonna bring about something glorious and terrible once we get you some proper editorial control.
What the hell are you talking about? Where's Alice?
I want the entire manuscript, or she's gonna suffer bad.
You touch her.
That's one hell of a follow through on that punch, Alan.
No! Come back here! I swear I'll kill you if you hurt Alice! Do you hear me? Come back here! He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move. On more than one occasion, Alice had tried to explain to me how it felt to be afraid of the dark. To her, darkness wasn't simply the absence of light, but something more tangible than that. It was something you could touch and feel. Worse than that, it was something with a mind of its own, something malicious and malign. For her, things changed when they were wrapped in darkness. They turned into something else, something foreign, and nothing was safe or innocent anymore. I'd never really understood what she meant, until now.
It's a lot of traps. Oof. Find 25 pages.
Sarah didn't care about the legal threats Wake's agent had made. She let Wake go without argument, because there was something about him she couldn't quite put her finger on, something that reminded her of her father. She didn't think Wake would hurt his wife. Then she thought about the way he waded into Hartman, that hair-trigger rage flaring up without warning.
Hello, Agnes. You've picked a good time to stand in front of my screen. Going to sit down? Yes, you are. Okay. Get comfy. Get cozy. There you go. He's a good boy. Looks like these guys are taking some target practice. Could have sworn I had more than just the one fucking flare. Yeah. Yeah, thermos.
The night had been one desperate situation after another. I was exhausted, and my body felt as though it had been chewed up and spat out. The flashlight was heavy in my hand, and each pull of the trigger sent a painful shock up my arm. But I was finally out of the woods, and things were looking up. That's when I heard the chainsaw.
Hunting rifle.
Clear that it had just fallen here, but it was very old and obviously hadn't flown in decades. Looking at it sent a shiver down my spine.
Damn it. My momentum kept me going. Yeah, flares.
The logging site was a mess. The modular office had been pushed off the cliff. Deputy Thornton climbed up from the wreckage excited, breathing hard from the exertion. Nobody there. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? Bored, Mulligan let out a mighty snort. Hell, it's always weird, Thornton. Just a question of sorting out what kind of weird it is this time around.
That's a good point.
When Barry saw the darkness attack the visitor center, it made him a believer. The men Al said he'd shot, they hadn't been just locals on crank. Somehow the world had changed, like the channel had been switched without warning. You think you're watching a sitcom, and you're really watching a horror show. When the birds started attacking the cabin, Barry wasn't surprised, just terrified.
Got all these thermoses. I wonder what they do. I'll have to look it up. Oh, ladder. Damn Boyds. The darkness wears her face.
Be aware of Widowmakers.
Convenient place hunting rifle.
Shadows stirred and the wind picked up as I ran through the forest. I felt the dark presence turning its gaze toward me. Then the moonlight was blotted out by dark shadows that raced violently across the ground, moving too swiftly to be natural. Darkness gathered between the trees and melted again to reveal the Taken. No natural path had brought them here.
Oh, sweet. Change which shoulder I go over. It's nice. Ignis, you're being adorable. He's rolling, giving me, putting his belly up in the air. He wants belly scritches. Good buddy. Good. What's over here? Ooh, travel crafting. Very nice. What patterns did you grab?
Logging is a hazardous occupation.
Guessing I don't want to get hit by that. Ooh, Xmas stocking, owl, and whale keychains. Very nice. Twinkle like garland, cat hood and cowl. Nice.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got old Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
Ooh.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Ooh, thermos.
I'd have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus.
I could shoot that lock off, you know. Yeah. Christmas gifts are always
I
nice.
had to find the key to the garage.
Someone living in here?
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
I think they saved on animation costs by doing all these skits live action and just putting them in the game.
You can afford to buy nature and
Bitch ass mofo. Trying to sneak up on me. Let's check the ladies' room. Ooh, manuscript.
The FBI agent's command froze me in place. I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it. But it felt all wrong. Call it instinct. His posture. The way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
God, I hope I don't have to drive.
The flare gun was probably the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
Anything over here? Nope.
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need... a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. Not, well, get me?
Yes, I get you.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back. For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
I know.
See you soon.
Have a great day. Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the
Oh Dear Diner.
Good girl.
It's not creepy at all.
Come here. Pretty please. Can you
end of episode 2. Yeah, I think it is actually time to call it a night. It is a cool game. I'm liking it so far. It's very, cinematic. And the action sequences are pretty good. And I'm thinking, like, because I started on normal. There was an easy mode, and there's also nightmare. I'm curious on how much easier easy mode is. Because this game isn't really that difficult. I mean, like, there was that one time where I was pretty low on ammo, but, like, obviously after that it wasn't even needed. I still have my shotgun. Yeah, no, this is it's fun. It looks like also the checkpoint system is very lenient as well. But I'm going to continue with this one, play through it. It is the game of the month, so I need to beat it by the end of the month so I can join the discussion better. But it's also spooky month, so it's good. Also, me and my buddy Ricky are playing Dead Space 3 together. We'll be doing that on Sundays for the most part, just because of his new work schedule. We got 6 hours of that last year, yesterday. Nightmare? As in, like, American Nightmare? Like, what do you mean by nightmare? Do Nightmare. But, yeah, we're playing Dead Space 3, and we got, I would say, about halfway through it in one sitting, so that's on my channel right now, and it'll be on my YouTube. Though my audio is kind of weird. You were able to, you told me, like, at the end, but I was rewatching and I was pretty quiet. Hopefully this time I'm better. Oh. Do Nightmare next to difficult level? I'll see. I mean, I'm never one to replay games very often, especially, like, right after I had just played one. But yeah, no, I think I'll call it a night here, and yeah. Night, Savvy.